Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm gonna give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car is gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
The jurors sat in a dark room, hands resting on a Ouija board. They weren't guessing. They were asking the victim who killed them. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it happened. And that's just one of thousands of stories waiting for you on Morning Cup of Murder. Hi, I'm Karina B. Misturfer, and every single day on Morning Cup of Murder, I bring you a real, chilling, true crime story connected to that exact day in history. From killer cannibal brothers to the Boy Scout who was obsessed with the occult, and the strange story of the bloody hammer in the frozen cabin. These aren't the cases you've heard 100 times. They're the ones that make you stop and think, how have I never heard this before? With over 2,500 episodes and a brand new story each and every single day, Morning Cup of Murder becomes part of your routine fast. If you like your coffee hot but your bones chilled, then sit back and start your day with a Morning Cup of Murder. Go listen to Morning Cup of Murder wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay safe.
When we get 911 calls, our minds work just like anyone else's. We start thinking about what's happening, what did happen, or what will happen, how it happened, and we might make assumptions based off what we heard in the calls. Then later on, rarely, we might find out what actually happened, whether that's from the news, further calls on the incident, or even one of the officers who responded. And the officers, they might do the same thing based off what is said by witnesses or victims on the scene. A suspect's version might even change things. Point is, with all this, even though we might think we know what happened, sometimes it's simply not at all what we have in our minds. In this episode, I'll be talking about 3 separate incidents that at some point have a difference from what we heard in the 911 call or from what police were told on the scene. Welcome back to Music City 911.
911, police, paramedical, hello.
Yes, I don't even know who I am. But my goodness, this guy died. We're at the FedEx warehouse.
What do you see around you?
I just know that we're at a warehouse.
Do you see anything on the warehouse?
Wow.
Okay, you say someone was shot? Who was shot? And where are they shot?
My boyfriend.
Where is he shot? Do you know where he's shot? Kennedy, fire department. You said he's been shot in the leg?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see who did it? Did you see a vehicle? Did you see the person?
Yes, a white boy. Oh my God, the police didn't see the police on his face.
You said a white male?
Oh my God.
Okay, come on. Ma'am?
Yes, I'm so sorry, yes.
Okay, you said it was a white male. Can you tell me what he was wearing?
I think a black jacket and some gray sweatpants. He was driving a Hyundai.
Do you know what color the Hyundai was?
Yes, it was silver.
Okay, which way did they go?
Are you with me? We need to get you some help. Please help.
Okay, did you see which way he went?
He just drove off.
Okay.
I just heard gunshots. And they were drove off to the side.
Okay. Was he the only person?
Yes.
Okay. Were you injured at all?
No, ma'am. I was in the truck.
Okay. And what's your name?
He shot in his leg, in his arm.
And his arm?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
All right. I have the police and the medics on the way, okay? Let me know when you see him pull up.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, I just need you to keep them calm for me, all right?
Okay, yes.
But they're on the way. And it's just you and your boyfriend there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, he's on the inside of the vehicle or on the outside of the vehicle?
On the outside, he's trying to sit down.
Okay, just make sure he does not move, okay? Tell him do not move. Okay. No, they're on the way. They should be there soon, okay?
Do you know how close they are?
They're a few minutes away, okay?
Would it be faster for me to take him on?
No. We don't need you to move him. Don't move him.
Okay. Okay, come on. No, you're not. Come on, you're not. Don't pick me up, Okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't move him. Tell him don't move.
They're coming, okay? You're not gonna die, okay?
No, he's not. He's gonna be fine.
Listen to me. They're coming, okay? They're coming. I hear them.
You hear the police?
They're right there. They're coming. They're right there. Don't move. They're coming. They're gonna get you, okay? Trying to get comfortable, baby. It's okay. You don't need to be comfortable. They're gonna get you, baby. Stop moving.
Okay, let me know when you're making contact with them, okay?
I saw the police, but I don't see them anymore.
Okay, they're in the area. They should be making contact with you shortly, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay. I turned them on. No, you're not. They're coming. I promise you're not. I promise they're coming. I'm not. They're coming. I promise.
Where exactly are you on the property?
We're like around the corner from the back of the warehouse.
So you're near the back?
Yes, we're near the back. If they
You're
back
near the
all
back.
the way to the back, they'll see us.
What kind of vehicle are you near?
We're in a Ram.
What color is your Ram?
It's silver.
Silver in color.
Baby.
Okay.
Stop moving. They're coming. I see them right there.
You see them?
Yes.
Okay.
Baby, you hear me? Okay.
Are you able to stand up and wave them down to make sure that they see you?
Yes. Where's the paramedic?
They should be coming right behind the officers, okay? You can go ahead and make contact, okay?
Just me. He's right here on the floor.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm leaving my phone. Come here.
When that call comes in, it's already past the point of stopping anything. It's just after 9 p.m. in Riviera Beach on April 16th of this year, and what you're hearing isn't the beginning of the incident. It's what's left after everything's already gone wrong. The caller's frantic. She's screaming, trying to explain what just happened, but it's coming out in pieces. Words overlap, sentences don't finish, and in the background, there's another voice. You can hear Nathaniel Paget in the background, and whether you realize it in the moment or not, what you're hearing there may be the last words he ever speaks. There's something people don't always think about with 911 calls. But if you sit in that chair long enough, you'll eventually take a call where you're hearing someone's final moments. Sometimes they're speaking directly to you. Other times like this, you're hearing them through someone else and all the chaos that's going on. Either way, you're there for it and you hear it. And sometimes there's nothing you can do except for trying to keep the caller focused, get the information, and move help as fast as possible. By the time officers with the Riviera Beach Police Department arrive, the scene's already set. A man's been shot 7 times in the parking lot of a FedEx facility. Witnesses are there. The caller's still sitting there. The suspect's not hiding. And almost immediately, a claim is made. Self-defense. According to the shooter, Tyler Vidro, this didn't start there. He tells investigators that earlier in that evening, there had been a confrontation on the road. He thought that Padgett's truck had struck his vehicle, possibly a hit and run, and then what happened at the FedEx facility was the result of the encounter escalating. He said there was a face-to-face confrontation and that Padgett got out of his vehicle, and at one point he said that he picked up an object, possibly a concrete block. He said that he feared for his life, so he drew his gun and fired. On the surface, that narrative sounds like it might be just. It's a confrontation with a perceived threat and a split-second decision, a lot like a lot of officers have to make. It sounds like the kind of situation where self-defense might apply. And in those first moments, before everything else is known, it's not unreasonable for that possibility to be considered, because the law in Florida allows for it. If someone reasonably believes they are in imminent danger of death or serious bodily harm, they have the right to defend themselves, even with deadly force. But that's only part of the story, because what the explanation leaves out is everything that came before it. Earlier in the evening, this wasn't a confrontation in a parking lot. It was two vehicles on the road. At some point during that drive, there's an interaction between them. According to investigators, Vidro believes his vehicle had been hit. And right there, that's where it could have ended. At that point, you need to call the police, get a tag number, and then let that vehicle go. That's what most dispatchers will do. They'll say to let the vehicle go and stop chasing him. But in this case, it doesn't end there. Instead, again according to investigators, Vidro begins following him. Not for a couple blocks, not for a few minutes, but for roughly 40 miles. When Padgett arrived at the FedEx facility, he went inside. And for a moment, the entire situation kind of hits a pause button. But it didn't end there, because Vidro didn't leave. He actually sat outside and waited. And when Padgett comes back out, that's when the confrontation happens. Most likely words are exchanged, some accusations, and at some point, Padgett picks up a concrete block. But according to investigators and the surveillance footage, the block is never used as a weapon. It's not thrown, it's not swung at him. It's just there. And then the shooting happened. And within seconds, it's over. That's the moment you heard the 911 call. And when you put all of it together, the pursuit, the waiting, the escalation, and then the claim of self-defense, that part of it begins to change a bit. Because generally, self-defense isn't just about what happens in the final seconds. It's whether you had a role in creating the situation you're now claiming you had to defend yourself against. At any point during those 40 miles, there were exits, a shoulder on the roadway, any number of places he could have stopped and waited for police to take a simple hit-and-run collision report. But it didn't happen that way. Vidro followed him, as I said, for around 40 miles, and then waited for him outside of the FedEx facility. That's why Tyler Vidro was charged with first-degree murder and aggravated stalking. As of now, he's being held without bond. I'm certain those charges are going to be argued in court. The facts on everything will be laid out. A jury will ultimately decide how the law applies to what happened on that night. But to me, the guy following Padgett for 40 miles, that's a huge red flag that does not lend to self-defense. This time of year always makes me rethink what's in my closet. I'm trying to keep fewer things, but better ones. Pieces that are well made and easy to wear all the time. That's why I keep coming back to Quince. The fabrics feel elevated, the fits are thoughtful, and the pricing actually makes sense. The best part is that their prices are 50 to 60% less than similar brands. How? Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middlemen, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup. Everything is designed to last and make getting dressed easy. Some of my favorite items from the Quince catalog are the 100% Pima cotton t-shirts. I have some of those, and they are perfect for this Tennessee weather. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in Tennessee, if you don't like the weather, Just wait 5 minutes. The 100% Pima cotton tees work well now when it's starting to get hot outside, or when you need a base layer because the weather decided to have an overnight 50-degree drop. Either bit of weather, these buttery feeling tees work great. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/MC911 for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. Go to QUINCE.com/MC911 for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/MC911.
From sauce to dust to nuggets, it's Taco Bell's new Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. Are they mild? If they were mild, they'd have to change the name to Little Rascal Nuggets or Minor Nuisance Nuggets. Definitely Diablo. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supplies last.
Every now and then, someone would die.
Risk. True stories. No holding back.
He comes up behind me and whispers right in my ear. Nobody knows where you are, and nobody can hear you scream.
Some of these stories will make you laugh till you're crying.
And then I realize I'm unconscious.
Some will stick with you for life.
They catch my mom poisoning my sister. My brother, he died at the hands of my mother.
I said, Mike, don't make me shoot you, please. But he did.
People say risk makes them feel less alone and more alive.
During my time in prison, I discovered a podcast called Risk. That podcast saved my life so many times.
Live your authentic truth, because you never know who may come to your funeral and turn that bitch out.
Risk, the show where people tell true stories they never thought they'd dare to share, wherever you get your podcasts.
Edgar County 911, what's your emergency?
There's people out here, they trying to kill us at Paris, Illinois. We at the fishing bank.
The fishing lake?
Oh, we don't got nothing, bro. Yeah, we don't got nothing, bro. So what? We don't got nothing. Yeah. Look, we don't got nothing, bro. Here, look, you can feel it. Look.
Yeah, I don't want to feel it, gang. I don't want to feel it. Because that's not what we on.
Yeah, we wouldn't know nothing.
So your homie just did that.
What?
So your big homie?
No, look.
He had a problem with
the only reason it got like that is because we heard.
Because we say nigga.
No.
Gang.
We don't care.
Gang. We
Look, bro, I understand what you're talking about.
That call barely even feels like a 911 call, though it's one that we take many times almost every single day. It starts off with a person that calls us, giving us very little information, and then proceeding with the argument in the background. The voices are overlapping, seems like the tension's building, but very little is actually communicated with the dispatcher. Sounds like something's happening, but you can't really tell what. But just after this, 2 more 911 calls came in.
Edgar County 911, what's your emergency?
Hello. I'm back here at Paris Lake in the back.
Okay.
I'm fishing 3 white guys in a white Ram truck. Just tried to shoot me and my friends with a shotgun.
They just tried to shoot you with a shotgun?
They're back here revving their engine, looking for us.
Okay.
We need help.
Which part of the lake are you at?
When you first come into town, coming from Danville, it's the first left. You got to go all the way back. The first sign. They're still shooting. The first sign. The first stop sign, you got to make a left. Go all the way back. Second stop sign. And come all the way to the back.
No, listen to me. Did you go past the old glass shop? Or did you turn before that?
We didn't go past the bait shop.
Okay, did you turn before the bait shop?
No, yes.
So you're back at White Oak?
They're revving their engines.
I understand they're revving their engines, but until I can figure out where you're at, I can't help you, sir.
I understand. We're at the boat ramp on the left side of the lake.
You're at the boat ramp on the left side of the lake?
Yes.
That does not help me because the left can be on either side depending on what direction I'm going.
Coming in from Danville. Coming in from Ridge Farm. Coming in from that way.
Okay, there's a boat launch at White Oaks. There's a boat launch at the East Lake. There's a boat launch at the West Lake.
It's before you hit all the hotels. Before you hit all the hotels, you got to make a left. The lake is right there on the right. You keep going. Make a right at the first street. You go around the curve, and then you come all the way to the back.
All right. I believe you're at White Oaks, so I will send the officers where I believe you're at.
Okay, you gotta calm down, take a breath.
Okay?
We'll get a sign.
The thing I've said about getting the location being the most important part of any 911 call. Without that, help can't be sent. And from the sound of it on this call, this lake has multiple boat ramps, and just like any lake with multiple boat ramps, unless you know the exact name of the boat ramp, it can be hard to figure out where you are based on just directions. And a lot of people might ask, why not use the GPS from the caller? I had to look into this. The state of Illinois claims that every county now has the ability for Next Generation 911, which gives the ability to track cell phones on 911. In Edgar County, the implementation with this was just in 2025 to 2026. But there are also factors we don't know here. I'm speculating a bit, but there are a lot of possibilities why it might not have been used. If the caller was using an older cell phone, or if he had his location information turned off, no GPS info would come through. The county where this happened, Edgar County, Illinois, is also a very small county, with only just over 16,000 residents for the entire county. While they may have the budget for some of their computers to have this software, they may not have the budget to put them on all their computers, or it could simply be the GPS was just never received properly. I can't tell with this, but either way, there's a very difficult time locating the caller. Before we go too much more into this, let's play that last call.
Edgar County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
I don't know where I'm at. I'm at Pierce, Illinois, Twin Lake.
Okay, you gotta calm down, take a breath so I can understand you.
I can't.
What's going on out at the lake?
They trying to kill us.
Who's
they? Just shot at us. I don't know, some 3 white boys in a white truck.
And you don't know where you're at, just at the lake? Like, what part of the lake?
Before you get to the Twin Lakes, you turn left. It's in the back behind all the houses. It's like a little park.
Coming from which direction, okay?
Towards Danville, from Danville.
So you're from Danville?
Yeah.
So you're headed south, so you turned on Moss Road. So you're out at...
Illinois, the little dome.
I understand, but there's multiple ways to the lake and multiple parts of our lake.
That's probably not him.
What's your name?
My name's Jaleel Jones.
What was your first name?
Jones.
Jones?
Jaleel. Jaleel. Come this way, cuz.
Okay, where are you at right now?
Here, Illinois.
I know you're in Paris, Illinois. Are you still down?
Lady?
Listen, once again, there's multiple parts of our lake. I need you to stay in one spot so they can find you. You're walking all over the place out there.
Was they shooting at us? Hell yeah. I think I got shot.
You think you've been shot? Do you need medical assistance?
Ain't that what the fuck I said, lady? You don't fucking care. Get the fuck off the phone.
In that last call, there's a ton of frustration on the caller's part, and I can't say I blame him. In modern times like now, it shouldn't be so hard to get the location where you're at. But to understand what's happening in those calls, you have to go back to the night of April 3rd, 2026. Late that evening, 3 men are at White Oak Park in Paris, Illinois. They're there to fish. One of them is the caller, Jaleel Jones. What starts off as a quiet night doesn't stay that way. At some point, there's an encounter between them and another group. Exactly what sparked that encounter isn't fully clear. There's no widely confirmed explanation of a specific triggering event, and no indication that the groups knew each other beforehand. But what is clear is that it didn't stay verbal. According to investigators, the situation escalated quickly. The men who had been fishing, they're confronted, they're chased, and at some point, a firearm's introduced, and shots are fired. What makes this situation more complex is that, according to arrest documents, one of the victims also fires a weapon. At least one of the suspects is struck. That means what you're hearing in the calls isn't just people describing danger. It's people caught in the middle of an active, evolving gunfight. And the way that the calls played out, from a dispatcher's perspective, that's one of the hardest types of calls to manage. Before you can process that information, you have to establish control. You have to slow it down enough to understand it. By the second call, there's a little bit more urgency, but still not much structure. Information's coming in, but not in a way that builds a clean narrative. It's just pieces. It's scattered and pretty incomplete. By the third call, the tone shifts again. The caller's still dealing with the same situation, but now there's frustration layered on top of it. And to be clear, 911 dispatchers are trained to ask very specific questions for a reason. The location, what happened, who's involved, whether there are weapons, and where people are going. Those questions are critical because they're how responding officers know what they're walking into. But also there's a balance. In a situation like this where shots are being fired, some of those you could hear kind of in the background, the caller may not see those questions as being helpful. Sometimes they're thinking they're delaying things. And if that balance isn't handled correctly, you get what you hear in the third call. A caller who feels like they're trying to report an emergency and not being understood. After the incident, law enforcement begins piecing together what happened at the park. 3 suspects are identified and arrested. Jordan Coleman, Jesse Coleman, and Jaden Reynolds. Charges included attempted first-degree murder and hate crimes, which reflected how seriously investigators viewed what happened that night. The fact that one of the victims returned fire doesn't change that. If anything, it reinforces how dangerous the situation had become. By that point, this wasn't just a threat, it was active violence. At least one suspect was reported shot during the incident, and while not every detail about the injuries has been consistently reported, the presence of gunfire from both sides make it clear how quickly things escalated.
Predator Badlands, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey. 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 Prey.
Critics are saying it's epic, stunning, and breathtaking.
Many have come here. None have survived.
Predator Badlands, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+, rated PG-13.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
633 Hires Corner Road.
Okay, what's going on there?
We have a student that is unresponsive at the nurse's office, and we're trying to get in touch with parents but unsuccessful.
Is he breathing?
Yes, she's breathing.
She's just unconscious?
Yes, right now she is.
How old is she?
Do you know her age? Hold on one second, we're looking it up for you.
Second minute, 19, July call for yard, Indian mileage, 34.1.
Copy, medic 19.
She's 10 years old.
Someone did it for you. You said she's 10 years old?
Yes, sir.
How long has she been that way?
How long has she been? About on the floor, down the way she is now, about 8 to 9 minutes.
Did she fall when she went unconscious?
She was vomiting before. She She was in a fight, in a physical altercation. And before she went completely out, she reported she was dizzy, and we had to carry her to the nurse's office.
Okay, is she bleeding anywhere?
No, we don't see any blood.
And you said she went unconscious during the fight?
No, after. Once she got in the nurse's office, she vomited, and then now she's unresponsive.
Okay, but she's not bleeding.
She is bleeding, but it's very faint.
Where is she bleeding from?
Not bleeding. I thought you said breathing. No, she's not bleeding.
Okay, not bleeding, but her breathing is faint.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you still have the other person with her that got into the fight?
No, we don't.
Okay, what is this student's name?
The student's Raniya, R-A-N-I-Y-A.
R-A-N-Y-I-A?
Yes, ma'am.
Last name?
Right. W-R-I-G-H.
Okay. This is Forest Hills Elementary too, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to let you know we do have help already on the way. I just need more information from you. What is your name?
I'm Brittany Scheider, a school counselor.
Spell your last name for me.
S-H-I-D-E-R.
And what's a good contact phone number for you?
Area code 843-782-4512.
Okay, and where is the student going to be when the medics get there?
In the nurse's office in room 314.
And you said you're the school nurse, correct?
I'm the counselor.
Counselor.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, well, we have medics on the way. If it worsens or she quits breathing before the medics get there, I need you to call me back, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
When that call comes in, it doesn't sound like a typical medical emergency. It sounds like a fight that just went too far. The caller is explaining what happened, and it simply seems like it's a child who'd been in a fight, and that's the focus. That's what everyone there believes matters. And after the fight happened, something changed. The child started getting sick. She's vomiting. And within moments, she's no longer responding. She passed out. And vomiting followed by a loss of consciousness is not some sort of a subtle thing. Even without training, people generally recognize that combination is pretty serious. And in that moment, there's only one explanation that makes sense to them. The fight caused it. Earlier that day, March 25th, 2019, 10-year-old Raniya Wright was at school in Walterboro. At some point during the school day, she was involved with another student in a fight. By most accounts, it was brief, a classroom-type altercation, the kind of thing school deal with more often than they'd like to admit. Afterwards, she was sent to the nurse. At that point, she was still conscious, complaining of a headache and dizziness. Nothing about it, at least on the surface, suggested what was about to happen. But as time passed, those symptoms didn't improve. They got worse. Emergency crews arrived to find a child who had been in a fight and was now unconscious. There was no time to sort through every single detail. They worked the problem in front of them. Airway, breathing, circulation, stabilize the patient, and then move. She was transported from the school, and her condition continued to decline. She was transferred to a higher level hospital. At that point, everything about the situation pointed in one direction. A fifth grader involved in a fight, now critically injured. Questions formed quickly. What happened in the classroom? How severe was the fight? Was this some sort of a bullying type thing? Her mother later said she had raised concerns before that her daughter had been picked on. As those details come out, a picture's kind of painted. But 2 days later, 10-year-old Renea Wright was dead. From there, the focus shifted from treatment to investigation. Medical examiners began their work, looking for trauma, any type of injury, and for anything that would explain how a brief classroom fight could lead to this outcome. And what they found did not match what everyone expected. There was no fatal injury from the fight. No trauma severe enough to explain what happened. No evidence that the altercation itself caused her death. Instead, they found something else. Renea Wright had an undiagnosed medical condition. It was an abnormal tangle of blood vessels in the brain. At some point after that fight, the condition became critical. A blood vessel ruptured, causing a sudden brain hemorrhage. The timing of everything made it look like one thing, but the cause was something entirely different. What looked like a death caused by violence wasn't. The fight didn't kill her. The hemorrhage did. And by the time anyone understood that, it was already over. What people thought they were witnessing and what was actually happening were two completely different things. And in the space between those two, there was nothing anyone could have done to change it. That's it for this one. As always, follow the show on social media, give the show a 5-star rating or review on whatever podcast app you're listening on. And as stated in the last episode, a new bit of merch has been added to my store. I heard you all loud and clear. You enjoyed the Meth Raccoon from a couple episodes back. So now, if you go to MusicCity901.com and hit that shop button, you can get your official Music City 901 Meth Raccoon shirt. I suggest stocking up on them before you're heading out to your next very high society formal event. Until next time, for Music City 901, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.